Hello gamers, welcome to Xbox Beyond the Box. I'm your host Dragon Dust, and today gamers, we're stepping outside the box today to talk about wrestling. In particular, 5 things that the WWE, in my opinion, need to do to improve their programming. Now I understand that some of you are going to say, hey Dragon, man, they've been improving. The Divas division's doing wonderful. Congratulations to the Divas. Much respect to y'all. Y'all deserve to kind of break that glass ceiling as some people have put. I admire you for that. But there's still a few things lacking. My wife's been pointing this out on Twitter. So I figured I'd talk about some of the things that she's talked to me about. And, we'll see where it goes. So, number 1, the very first thing. You need to get rid of the PG rating. It is seriously hard to believe that a villain would show up and censor himself like a fucking 12-year-old. Or an anti-hero. It would be like asking Deadpool to go out there and go, hey, no swearing, no killing, just calmly talk. There ain't nobody would show up for the fucking movie. I mean, seriously, am I expected to believe that a villain like Brock Lesnar doesn't know how to use a few 4-letter words, that he doesn't go home and throw his book or his duffel bag full of Playboy magazines off to the side and go fuck? No, it's not believable. It is time to bring back the TV-14 rating. It is time to bring back the language that made wrestling great. The stuff that Stone Cold, The Rock used to say, or The Undertaker, American Badass would, spew off. This shit now flies. Why? Because they're fucking adults. And it makes sense that when you're pissed and you show up to a wrestling ring threatening violence, that you're going to have a few swear words to say to some asshole, that you're pissed off at, rather than go, man, I really need to talk to this dude. I'm really upset, and I'm going to get violent with him. That doesn't make any fucking sense. It is time for Grandpa Vince to step aside. Number 2 on the list. It is time to start sorting out the heels and baby faces according to their personalities. It is impossible to take someone who's a complete asshole in real life and say, hey, you're going to be a baby face. This is the fault of the writers. We'll get to them in a minute. But nonetheless, to take an asshole, a person who's generally an asshole to the public and whatnot, and say, hey, you're going to be the good guy, you're going to be the hero. That's like trying to take a turd and make it into a luscious, big boob redhead. It doesn't fucking work. No offense, babe. I, could have went with brunette. But still, the reference is sound. Love you. I'm going to be dead later. But nonetheless, if a person's an asshole, in their general life outside of wrestling, then make them a fucking heel. If they're a generally okay person, then make them a babyface. And then if they're the type of person who basically is so fucking dark, who basically, no matter what, they're going to kick someone's ass, real life or in wrestling, then it's time to give them that anti-hero role. I mean, the shit that they're doing now is just ungodly, to take someone who's generally an asshole and say, hero. No, not fucking ever. Number 3, for those of you who are keeping score. It is time to get rid of those lame-ass writers who are making these bad fucking decisions. Another thing that the writers are doing is they're writing scripts for wrestlers. Some wrestlers like Brock Lesnar, who can't even fucking read, I'm pretty sure of it. He was on Monday Night Raw looking through a magazine, and y'all know he wasn't reading anything. They had pictures in there for him to keep him happy. But the writers need to quit doing the whole script for the wrestlers. Quit telling them what to say. And a wrestler needs to go, basically improve their mic skills by working 20 cities, every couple of months, rotating through a series of 20 cities about every 20 or every 25, 30 days. And basically each night after night, after they go to these same towns, improving their mic skills, improving their body language, and making themselves believable. This is the way it was done with Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, even Big Show, Undertaker. All these guys had to do these low-level shows in these small towns and work their way up. We have wrestlers now that go to NXT and they don't even have time to work on their fucking mic skills. It is time to get believable shit, and what you've got to do is, in each one of these small towns, people will remember you. So you've got to improve your game every time you show up. That's what makes great promos.
They should be working on it in NXT when they go from town to town.
Yeah, but they're not. I mean, they got fucking writers in NXT, And it's bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, for those of you all who are continuing to keep score, It is time to get rid of part-timers like Brock Lesnar. Guys who are sitting on their asses basically saying, I'll work here, there, but I'm not going to work all the time. I'm sorry, I watch wrestling so you show up to fight for your fucking belt every night. That's in general a plan. I don't want to pay my hard-earned dollars or spend my time wasted on whether or not a wrestler plans to show up. In my job, if I don't show up, I get fired. If a wrestler does not show up, if he doesn't want to work every night, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, whenever they tell him to, and he says, I'm only going to work these dates, well, fuck you, hit the fucking bricks. There's plenty of guys who are willing to work, and there's plenty of other guys deserving of that fucking title. That's another thing that needs to be done. And the fifth and final thing, one of the things that's most important to me, it is time to get back unpredictability. It's time for WWE to start corking leaks, keep their storylines very closely guarded, keep them behind closed doors, and do unexpected shit. Brock Lesnar has held on to this fucking title for over a year. Why? To beat CM Punk's record like it's a big fucking deal. How in the hell do you beat a fucking record when it's all fucking scripted in the first place? But nonetheless, the title needs to be unpredictable. You should be able to, on any given night, lose that fucking belt. It would make for some entertainment. There should be some backstage antics. Shit that goes on. The Attitude Era was loaded with this. And I know some of you are going, well, it ain't the Attitude Era anymore, Dragon. You're just an old timer. No, it makes for entertaining wrestling when you don't know what's coming. If it's night after night, the same bullshit talking, the same, few matches with the same fucking guys over and over again with no solid rivalries, then fuck it. It is time to cut that shit out. It is time to get back to the basics. I am sick of this bullshit, of knowing what's going to happen because it just doesn't make any sense to show up and watch. I'll watch the highlights, what few they are. I'll have my wife check out Twitter and say, hey, baby, it was the same bullshit again. Fuck that. WWE is starting to lose out, talent to other promotions because they're starting to up their game and the WWE ain't number one anymore. Now, the last time this happened was with the WCW versus, WWE Monday Night Wars. And the idea came that, Vince had to really do some extreme shit to get out in front because he was getting his ass handed to him by WCW. So with that being said, gamers, wrestling fans, I want to know your thoughts. Leave a comment in the comments section below. While you're there, give it a big thumbs up if you would, please. And basically, like, share, and subscribe. And tell all your friends about Xbox Beyond the Box because we're constantly doing new shit. And stay tuned because here in a few minutes, Mystic will be doing a video talking about something coming up on our channel. I hope you all are going to like it. With that being said, I've been your host, Dragon Dust. This has been Xbox Beyond the Box, stepping outside the box to talk about wrestling. Y'all have a great one.